please.
Ceann Comhairle, what is wrong with this state? What is wrong with this state that it wants to put away now the records of the women it put away before? What is wrong with this state that it will add public insult to the personal injury it inflicted on thousands of girls, women and their babies? Its pursuit of decency, morality, respectability, persecuting the poor, the innocent and their children. What is wrong with this state that to this day, in 2020, it is still suspicious of poor women? That it would scrutinise them for a few quid when it gives the bankers who broke us free rein. You said, Minister, that things have changed. Well, I disagree. Because while we're debating almost a century of abuse, Aoife Grace Moore is writing about single mothers being intruded upon and pursued by inspectors from the Department of Social Protection. I'll tell you what's wrong with this state. It's a century of two Conservative parties where between them they toyed with the plight and the fate of Ireland's women. When the Irish Revolution was done and independence was won for 26 counties, the counter-revolutionaries of those two Conservative parties shunted the women and the girls, the gun runners and the soldiers of Cumann na mBan back to their proper duties in the bedroom and in the kitchen, making the babies and making the dinner. I'm talking about poor women especially, the miracle workers who managed to get themselves pregnant all on their own. For decades, these miraculous women were put away, their children taken, stolen, trafficked, or buried in septic tanks, so that the power and influence of the governing parties could save itself and call itself the God-fearing government of respectable Mother Ireland. The irony of that. So that's why there was a tsunami of public calls and emails on this issue to DDs and Shanadori on this bill. Because given the evidence of a century where women were put away to laundries, industrial schools, asylums and mother and baby homes, today's women and feminists don't trust Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael to do what is right now and then. And, Minister, you shouldn't trust them either. The tsunami brought amendments from the Green Minister, but the campaigners are not satisfied with your amendments, Minister. Firstly, Tulsa should never be given or hold these records. Secondly, we cannot have a report in November that reflects testimony given up to February. Thirdly, these records must not be sealed, because we must be able to examine what happened to these women and their children. Our women, our children, each one a missing person. Accused by propriety, convicted by the state for their crime of poverty, or their worst crime of expressing their sexuality in a way that was beyond the control of church and state, or their cheek of being victims of rape, sexual abuse or incest. This state did that wrong. But Sinn Féin and the opposition in its policies and amendments are determined to right that wrong. The story of these missing women and their missing children tells itself anyway. It tells itself in the rubbish choices this state makes. It's our social dysfunction and the sadness that is just beneath the surface. It's a story that needs public examination, not sealing. I beg you, Minister, to accept our amendments, and I beg the members and the women of the governing parties to please do not support this bill.
Thank you very much.
We have had enough darkness from this state, and it is time to give those people light.
Thank you, Deputy Cronin. Now, Deputy Breed-Smith, are you sharing with Deputy McBarry?
I am indeed, yeah. Hopefully around 10 minutes.
20 minutes.